Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota. ESPN Northwest Florida. And now, the Gulf Coast's newest sports talk host.
Hey, there's the new guy.
Paul. Paul is your pipeline to the heart of action.
The defense can only play this good for so long.
Hot takes, big reactions, and your calls are incoming.
This week, it's really going to be crucial.
The Sports Blitz.
They're playing championship football.
The new Sports Blitz.
You can say what you want.
On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It is 4 o'clock and it's Friday, and we're all the way to the weekend, baby. We are so pumped up today on this Friday, right before a bunch of football about to take place. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Your place for everything sports related right here in the Panhandle. Don't forget, you can call in, you can text in on the Red 7T's phone line, 850-215-6290. As always, on a Friday, I got my friend in the building. Jeffrey, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
You look ready to go. It looks like you come in here spunky and ready to go.
Well, it's getting cold, man. I'm not enjoying this.
No, it is not. It's going to get colder. And it's supposed to have some flurries Saturday night going into Sunday. So make sure you stay inside on your Saturday nights.
So they're projecting snow for Jacksonville, Ocala, and maybe Orlando.
Oh, wow.
Which never gets it. The last significant snow in Orlando was 1977.
Man. Whew. Let me ask you this. It said there's a 10% chance of snow. You still think we're going to have snow?
No, it's gonna hit your hand and melt.
Right, but Let me ask you this. Is it more likely that it's going to snow or that Miami's going to beat Indiana?
I already told you yesterday, man.
You still haven't changed?
It's still snowing.
I didn't know.
What?
I didn't know. And as always, on a Friday, we got Bone Crusher in the building. Bone Crusher, how you doing?
I'm good, man, but the ladies are going to be very lucky if it snows. Jeff's girlfriend's going to get a lot of snuggles.
Oh, man.
Lucky lady.
Oh, lucky lady you are.
Tell them where to get that pickup truck from. AutoNation Ford.
That's right. They will be on site to sell you a truck, especially that has heated seats. Bone Crusher, do you
have heated seats in your truck?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, those things are invaluable.
Yeah,
man.
they're great.
Well, I'm not going to ask him.
To keep the pizza warm.
He keeps his pizza warm with his.
That's awesome.
That's great. So, Bone Crusher, do you think that we have a greater chance for it to snow or Miami to upset Indiana? We haven't asked you that question.
Well, I'm thinking, Miami's going to edge him out in overtime. Carson Beck's going to drive off in the sunset in his Lamborghini. And I'm tired of him and his Lamborghini. You don't get a Lamborghini until you win a national championship. Then you get a Lambo.
Yeah, well, he's got one now. Let me just say this. As much as we talked about it yesterday, we got to revisit this. More Cam Newton news in the news. I read a story, an article today about him. And, we talked about yesterday him missing the College Football Hall of Fame this year. He was on the ballot for the fourth time, something like that, and still hasn't been. I think so. I think he's been on the ballot more than once already. So he's already missed it once or whatever.
What I read was he didn't go in on the first ballot that he was on, and it's been 5 years eligible.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize he was on another ballot.
I thought he was on one. We'll have to go back and look at it. But either way, Cam Newton is having shockingly financial problems. So he said, I don't know how I'm going to be able to raise my 6 children on the salary that I currently make. So there you go. Just some Cam Newton
He's
news.
on ESPN. I saw him today.
Yeah, he's
talking.
Yeah, he's on ESPN. So
the girlfriend asked, hey, who's that guy on the right with the funny hat?
Yeah.
And I was like, Cam Newton. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that's him. Cam. But I mean, I'm sure he's making good money with ESPN or whatever shows that he's on.
His spending. I'm not saying it's out of control. I'm just saying that some people get used to it, and it's hard to budget when you're used to making a certain amount of money.
Yeah, and that's true. I mean, and it's really tough. Obviously, we've got super big football news, NFL news, but we got to talk about this. After the show last night, Kyle Tucker has been signed to play with the Dodgers. Another big-time player in the lineup. He signed with the Cubs last year for a one-year deal. He just signed for over $250 million to come and play with the Dodgers. That takes their total for next year's salaries for the players, $2.11 billion for that roster with the L.A. Dodgers.
But that's not a one-year total. That's not a one-year total.
That is for next year's payout, yes, for the whole roster. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Not for all of the guaranteed years. This is for next year's payout for all the players that are
$2.11 billion
in
1 year.
In 1 year for
for the players?
For the Dodgers, yes.
Not the coaches.
Not the coaches.
Yeah.
So there you go. So wow. I'm just telling
and
you.
that franchise is probably worth between 10 to 14 billion.
Yeah.
So man, that's like 14%. I mean, oh my God.
Yeah, so that's a lot of money. And this is the deal. Now you've got, okay, so December the 1st, and I know this is football season, guys, so give me just a moment to talk about this. December the 1st is when they go into the meetings for baseball. They've got to get it done because if they don't, there possibly could be a strike or something because they're trying to get a cap on this because obviously now you're getting this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, realistically, with him signing, so he had 22 home runs last year. He hit 30-something the year before, 29 the year before, 30 the year before, whatever. So either way, he's about a 250 to 275 hitter with about another 22 to 35 home runs in a year. And that's another piece of the puzzle for an already stacked roster. So not only do you have Betts, not only do you have Shohei, not only you have Freddie Freeman, now you're going to add Kyle Tucker to that store of full winning. Yeah. I mean, they've won 2 in a row.
And if he's getting that many home runs, I'm sure he's got to be 90 or 190 RBIs.
Plus RBIs, yeah. So, I mean, you're looking at that much more run production. And you say, oh, well, he's just hitting 250 and he's just hitting 30. That's 30 more home runs added to the lineup that you didn't get last year.
So here's where that sport is so different from other sports because, you always say in football and basketball, there's only one ball.
Yeah.
And guess what? In baseball, they keep on coming.
Yeah. It's so true.
So you have guys just knocking in each other.
Yeah. And it's just crazy. So that's a crazy part. Another signing for the New York Mets, they signed Bo Bichette, the shortstop for the Toronto Blue Jays. That was a big deal.
Is that a Star Wars character?
No. But so they've already got a shortstop. Francisco Lindor is their shortstop. Well, he's going to move to third base. Oh. So there you go. So the Mets are trying to do everything they can to combat this dynasty that's about to happen with the Dodgers. I mean, it's 2 in a row. And now they're already projected to win number 3. And so they signed him to a long-term deal. He's a young guy. He's who the Cubs signed last year, hoping that he would take them to the next level. And he did, but
So 2 people left the Cubs.
Yes. No, 1. Just him.
Oh.
Bo Bichette left the Toronto Blue Jays.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Blue Jays. Okay.
So,
there we go.
But yeah. So either way, just wanted to throw that out there. The Dodgers are looking to to do it all over again, as well as still having Shohei, still having Freddie, still having Mookie. Now you add Kyle Tucker. So there you go. So either way, going to get out of the baseball for now because we'll definitely be talking a lot about that in the years to come or in the days to come once football's over. Let's talk about it. Saturday, the Bills at the Broncos, 3:30. 49ers at the Seahawks at 7. And then Sunday, you got Texas at the Patriots and then the Rams at the Bears at 5:30. Out of those 4 games, Jeffrey, which game is the most intriguing to you to see on Saturday or Sunday?
Bills, Broncos, closely followed by Texans, Patriots.
And
I just went AFC.
And what's the reasoning behind that? Because you don't really know to pick to win on that one?
I was going to put money on the Texans, but now Nico Collins is out,
right,
with concussion, and it's a real concussion. I mean, there's no coming back from it. He's going to be out this week. So I really was going to put money down on the Texans, but with that kind of star power at wide receiver out, yeah, I think it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, for me, it's going to be the Bills and the Broncos. That's the biggest game for me because you gotta know that there's a lot of things that the Bills can do that the Broncos don't necessarily do that well. And if they can get James Cook going, that's going to be the biggest deal of it all. Now, I know that Josh Allen is probably going to be Josh Allen. He is a little banged up, not too much. He's practiced all week this week. But still, in regards to that offense, in the questions that you have to look at is during the season, the Broncos played a lot of close games, a lot of close games. And they won by field goals or held on the last play and won by 1 or 2 points or whatever. But it really rolls back to the fact of do you trust Bo Nix? Now, he's had a great year for having his second year. This is his second year with Sean Payton. And they're hosting a playoff game. They were first in their division. They've done everything that you're supposed to do. There's just been times where they haven't looked great and they kind of like got pushed over the finish line because of maybe bad plays or maybe they just, made a play at the end. So that's what I'm saying.
I respect them more because the schedule that they played compared to the Patriots.
Yeah.
And they got the 1 seed. They did. And look at the division. I mean, Chiefs, they look like, average.
Yeah.
You're right, though. Close games. But the problem is the Bills are the most banged up and probably the Broncos, second most banged up out of these 8 teams, right? Because of the 49ers.
Yeah.
And the Broncos probably the least banged up.
They are.
Yeah.
Do you trust Bo Nix, though? That's the question.
Sure. Why not?
Because he's not been great. There's been times that he hasn't been. So let me ask you this.
First half of the season, he put up numbers.
Yeah, but the second half of the season where it counts, he didn't. And his numbers went a little sideways, and there were times where their defense won the game, and he just kind of got him a field goal or something like that.
Placeholder.
Yeah, but let me ask you this. Does your love for the Broncos stem from your love and your male crush that you had on Sean Payton when he was at the New Orleans Saints? Come on, give it to me.
Absolutely not, because you know who my second favorite quarterback was growing up?
Who?
It was Elway. And I was miserable because Marino only went to the Super Bowl once. And then Elway started losing 3 Super Bowls. I think they lost 3 Super Bowls. Yeah. He lost 3 Super Bowls, and then he finally got his back-to-back.
Yeah, he finally got it when he got Terrell Davis there, and they changed uniforms. They went from that old, ugly orange. Once they made the kick off of the orange. See, it's the orange. Once you get rid of that orange, you start winning football games. They got away from that blue and orange that looked like Florida, and they started winning championships up in Denver.
No.
That's exactly what happened.
But they had a defense. They had a defense also. Well, they had defense in the 80s when they lost to the 49ers.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what games you were watching, and they even had running backs, too.
Yeah, they had Will Hite way back when in the 80s, yeah. Winder?
Winder was Sammy Winder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there were some good,
he had
good
wide receivers. I mean, they had great teams and all that.
Steve Atwater on the defensive side of the ball.
Just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying it's a big deal for me. It just depends on which Josh Allen is going to show up because the Bills going into Broncos Stadium, it's going to be cold. You know how it is up there. It's going to probably be snapping some snow, but that's nothing new for the Bills. But either way, we're going to go ahead and go to the Red 17's phone line. We've got Mike on the line. Mike, how you doing today, my friend?
I'm fine, Paul, my friend. First, let me give you a predicted score on the Miami game. What do you think it's going to be? I think it's going to be 37-21, Miami. What's that?
Oh, wow. You're going 37-21 Miami?
Does Miami have a field goal kicker? Not a very good one.
Not a very good one. What say you, Paul?
Well, I'm going to have to listen, Mike, I'm going to give my prediction, but I'm going to wait till the end of the show to give exactly what it is because I think it might shock Jeffrey. But there's so many things, and we're going to really talk about it heavy at the 5 o'clock hour, Mike. But I will say this, there's so many things that if Miami can just run the football and get some first downs and be able to make it 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 4, instead of being 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 15. And I know these are big things of ifs, but they've done it. When they've ran the football well, they've won. When the opposing team against Indiana has ran the football well, Indiana hasn't done as well either. So that's the key for me going in. Now, we had Coach Tommy Bowden on the show yesterday, and he specifically said that definitely Indiana is going to win, and if Miami thinks they're going to win, they should have stopped smoking whatever they're smoking.
Yeah, I think Tommy Bowden's on some type of drug, but I really do think that, because you ain't going to stop Miami's offense rolling. You ain't going to stop Miami defense from scoring and getting turnovers. Now, let me tell you the real reason I called. Well, that was the real reason, but I want to talk another subject with you. What do you think about Kyle Tucker signing with the Dodgers?
I think that was huge for the Dodgers. I think it's going to be something that is going to help push the salary cap to baseball, because we can't just keep spending billions of dollars every year trying to win.
I agree with you, Paul. And yet, the Dodger dynasty continues, and I'm sick of it because I want to see some other teams get it besides the Dodgers.
Is that how you are about dynasties, though? I mean, are you a big dynasty person that you don't like to see a dominant team for long periods of time?
Yeah, and look how many years it came. Okay, I'll give you another pair comparison. Look how bad the Kansas City Chiefs won. They won three Super Bowls straight, and I got so sick of Patrick Mahomes, I turned it off.
Yeah. What about Brady? Did you turn it off for Brady too?
Brady, I'll tell you what. You remember? I'll tell you as long as you know. I'm going here. You remember what Brady got caught, and the Patriots got caught cheating, and I couldn't stand the Patriots winning this many Super Bowls in a row. It made me sick.
Yeah.
I wish somebody else would have won over the Patriots. But it is what it is. You have Bill Belichick. I'll tell you something about Coach Belichick. He doesn't like to lose. And look where he is now. He's in college football at Carolina. And he didn't do good this year in college football.
No, he didn't.
No, I don't like dynasty in baseball or football. But seriously,
unless it's my team.
Unless it's my team, is what Bone Crusher said.
Oh, Bone Crusher, you can do so much better than the Dodgers. Hey, you're a Atlanta Braves affiliate. Why don't you root for Atlanta Braves, Bone Crusher?
We do.
Yeah, we will. We definitely will.
I do too. And I'll be calling you. You'll be on Monday, won't you?
Yes, sir. We'll be here on Monday, ready to go.
All right. So bye.
Yes,
See
sir.
you Monday. Bye.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mike.
Bye-bye.
Could you imagine Atlanta Falcons dynasty? Wouldn't that be something?
Oh, man. I don't even. It's kind of Atlanta Falcons dynasty doesn't even go together.
No one's ever said those words before.
That's the first time ever. So, but either way, oh, man, that's crazy. He's right. I get it. Everybody gets that. It's winner bias. But I do, man. I love it. I love to see. See, I know you did.
Yeah, you know.
I love it. I love to see dominance. Now, I'm not a big fan of this, though. This is not what I'm a big fan of, the Dodger deal. I'm not a big fan of that.
Because it's not your dynasty.
It's not necessarily that it's not my dynasty. It's just that it's an open cap. And if you've got the money to spend, now, yeah, the players have to play on the field. You've seen it several times. A team would have more talent or more this or more that, and then the team that's not supposed to win wins. I get it. That's happened, and that's happened not as much. But when you see a dynasty and it's all because of what they spent, it's just like next year. What's those Texas Longhorns going to do with all that money, all that stuff that they put into their roster? It's the same thing that Ohio State did. Even though they were an 8th seed, they had the most expensive roster that year. And so realistically, can you buy championships? And that's going to be the question when we come back from the break. So when we do come back, we're going to discuss it a little bit more, and we're going to get the predictions for this weekend's NFL playoffs. You listen to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Get in the game. Call or text us now on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290. Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida just got unsportsmanlike.
Justin Herbert needs to be front and center when it comes to the brunt of the criticism that we direct to the LA Chargers. And from this moment forward, we all need to be skeptical of all of the preseason hype talk when it comes to the LA Chargers. Because when it comes to the postseason, when it comes to what we get from them in the playoffs, they're paper tigers.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle. Weekdays 5 to 7 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Friday afternoon. The remainder of the day, some sun and 62 with a moderate breeze coming out of the south around 13 miles per hour. For tonight, very light showers and some clouds and a low near 57. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy in the morning and then light showers and a high around 63. This weather forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Time to live life grand at the new Point Grand Panama City apartment home. Now leasing spacious 2-bedroom apartments at Point Grand, featuring high-end interior and modern amenities like a relaxing pool, 24-hour gym, and on-site pet spa. Pet friendly at Point Grand. No breed restrictions, no weight restrictions. Come on over and tour the brand new Point Grand and bring your buddy. 723 West 19th Street, Panama City. Pop in now. 723 West 19th Street.
Short-term rental owners, are you getting the income your beach property should be earning? At Ocean's Door Getaways, we help owners increase revenue while removing the stress of day-to-day management. From dynamic pricing and 5-star guest experiences to hands-on local care, we do it all. Ocean's Door Getaways is offering a free rental income analysis and strategy call. Call now, 850-308-5494. Ocean's Door Getaways, 850-308-5494.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
And they faced a top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go IU!
Coverage starts Monday at 6 on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the new Sports Blitz. Call in with your questions, hot takes, and rants at 850-215-6290. The Sports Talk Monster.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. Don't forget, you can call in, you can text in on the Red 7Ts phone line, 850-215-6290. Red 7Ts, your place for custom apparel right here in the Panhandle. Don't forget, Saturday, Bills, Broncos, 3:30, 49ers at the Seahawks at 7 on Saturday. And don't forget, Sunday, Texas at Patriots. And then at 5:30, the cold one, the Rams at the Bears. So you said earlier that we were talking about dynasties, and obviously here lately, actually baseball is probably the only thing that's been a dynasty with the only ones going back to back. This year, Kansas City not making the playoffs, Alabama getting blown out, Ohio State losing, Georgia's out, and then this year you got some of the sames with NFL. You got, the Rams have been there, the Bills have been there, the 49ers have been there. All of those guys have been there. Yeah, for sure. Huh. Yeah, those guys have been making the playoffs. The Rams,
one of them really has made the Super Bowl, and that's the Rams.
And won the Super Bowl.
Won the Super Bowl and lost once also.
Right. The Bills, they've been knocking on the door for several years, so there's somebody that's been making the playoffs. They haven't been missing the playoffs in the last 4 or 5 years. And then the 49ers, they've been on, off type deal. The surprise to all of it is the Broncos, the Seahawks, the Bears, and obviously the Texans and the Patriots. Yeah, but all of those guys, all of them have.
That's a lot of surprises, man. That's half the team.
That's what I'm saying. So we haven't had we're not having that this year. We're definitely going into new territory this year in the NFL and as well in college football because those guys haven't won either. It's been however long.
The two divisions that have been producing great teams, two divisions, were completely unpredictable because the NFC North turned upside down with the Bears winning. The Lions and the Vikings are out. And then the AFC West with the Chiefs being out. And then the Broncos winning the division. If you told me the Chiefs weren't winning the division, I would have said Chargers won that division. And here we are with the Broncos.
Yeah, and then you think about the Eagles. You would think the Eagles were going to be there, and now they're not. They're gone.
Oh, yeah. But at least they were predictable to win their division and decisively, too.
Yeah, and you got to think, they won the Super Bowl last year. The year before they lost. I mean, I'm just saying, like the Eagles and the Chiefs have been the two teams that you've been just seeing.
And then Ravens would have been easily a top 3 or 4 pick for making the Super Bowl and didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
And then the Bills, after the Eagles, you probably would have thought the Bills are the biggest cinch for winning their division.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
They didn't either. And that's just crazy. So let me ask you this. Out of the 4 teams, who do you trust the most at the quarterback position? So you got, obviously, Josh Allen, Bo Nix. You got Brock Purdy. You've got Sam Darnold. You got C.J. Stroud. You got Drake May. You got Matthew Stafford. And then Caleb Williams. Out of all of those guys, who do you trust? Who's got the steady hand? Who's going to be able to calculate that last 2-minute drill, 2-minute drive to be able to end the game to win it? If you had to put it on somebody's shoulder, who do you think is going to steady the ship and going to be able to put them in there?
It's not even close. It's not even close.
It's Matthew Stafford, isn't it?
Absolutely, 100%.
Only because he's been there, he knows, and he's won. He's the only one out of all of these guys that's won a Super Bowl.
Who led the league in passing yardage this year?
Matthew Stafford.
Who led the league in TD to interception ratio?
Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
Who's going to win the MVP?
It should be Matthew Stafford.
It's going to be
but
Matthew
it's not.
Stafford. You think Drake May's going to get it?
I think he is.
See, I don't.
And he's 4th in passing yardage, regular season alone.
Yeah.
Standalone.
Who's going to win the coach of the year? Because now you've got all of these
Bears,
guys.
Ben Johnson.
Or Mike Vrabel.
I don't think the Jaguars,
Liam Cohen.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to. I think he'll probably finish 3rd in the voting.
All right, so let's break these games down. The Bills at the Broncos. As far as let's go ahead and get your picks going on this one, because with me, it's going to be whether or not the Bills can run the football. The Broncos have a good defense. It's going to be cold. You know what you're going to get. I think the Broncos are going to have stellar defensive play from their defense, because if they don't, Josh Allen could make this it's going to bid well if it's a high-scoring game, I believe, for Josh Allen. I believe if it's a low-scoring game, the Broncos are going to bid. That'll be, you'll see them win the football game if they can keep it low. But give me what you think and why.
Broncos at home, all healed up, no injuries, been waiting for 2 weeks prepping for this game. And I think they kind of knew that they were going to be playing the Bills. I think they're just, a tiger just waiting for their prey.
So you don't think being off for 2 weeks is going to be a big deal for them? You don't think it's going to slow them down?
No.
So you really think that the Broncos are going to beat the Bills? You think Josh Allen, Bo Nix is going to outduel Josh Allen at home?
This is the transfer of the torch. With no Ravens and Chiefs around, all we got is Bills, and guess what? This is where it's going to end.
Really?
Absolutely.
Does it surprise you that the Bills aren't better this year?
Absolutely, yeah.
Should they? It seems like this year they're not as good as they were in the times past when they had to play against Lamar Jackson, had to play against Patty Mahomes.
Yeah.
It seems like the Bills this year took a step back. And where did they take a step back on? The defensive side of the ball, the offensive side of the ball? Because he still doesn't have that go-to receiver.
Yeah, I'd say it's offense.
So really, if he does come out and win this one with the receivers that he's got, I mean, he's going to be Tom Brady.
He's going to the Super Bowl if he wins this. The Bills will.
Really?
They'll go to the Super Bowl if they win this game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's how big of a game this is. And Josh Allen has not done it in the big games.
So you're banking that he's not going to do it. That's
He's not going to do it.
Is he going to throw any picks or have any fumbles?
He'll throw a pick, He'll throw a pick. And then the fourth quarter just won't be able to get it done because he'll be behind. And he's perpetually behind. It's like a guy cramming for his test. Can't do it all at the last second every single time.
I just can't believe. So you believed the way that the game against the Jaguars, it's going to continue, their struggles.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't just a struggle. The Jaguars are good, okay? Let's get over it. I did not think they were going to be this good this year, and they really have a lot of talent, You can't just say, oh, it's just the Jaguars, They had a really great season.
So do you think, what's your score going to be?
Oh, goodness. 24 for the Broncos, 20 for the Bills.
So it'll be close. I mean, you're thinking it's going to be close. Do you think it's going to be the Broncos are going to drive and score a touchdown late to win it? Or do you think it's going to be that they're going to be up 24-21 and they're going to stop?
No. I think the Broncos are going to they're going to score early in the fourth quarter, and then there'll be nothing going on in the fourth quarter after that to where, like 11 minutes left and boom, Broncos score and the Bills got two chances at it in the fourth quarter and just don't get it done.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's...
And we've seen some Bills fourth quarters.
Yeah.
Score fests,
So you have no confidence that James Cook is going to be able to handle it?
No, I have confidence. I just think as a whole, the whole team and everything that's going on between these two, well, separately, not between these two teams, but separately, these teams, there's one that's definitely got the advantage, and it's the Broncos.
Well, I'll tell you this. Somebody just wrote this on the Red 7T's phone line. There's no way in heck, there's a snowball chance
that the Broncos win.
That that the Buffalo Bills, and this is what they wrote, ain't gonna win this game. And then Buffalo will not win. That's one of our That's one of our Red 7T's.
So wait, the first one's saying that there's no way I know.
No, they're saying there's no way in heck that the Buffalo Bills are going to win. They're agreeing with you.
Oh, okay.
But see, for me, I'm sorry for whoever that is, and I'm sorry to you.
Because you're going with the Bills.
Because I believe that the Bills are going to win. And do you know why I believe the Bills are going to win? Because the Bills are going to be able to run the football. If the Bills can run the football, they're going to win. I don't trust Bo Nix. I know that Sean Payton has really done well with him. I know that he's coming along, but I just don't see it happening. I know that it's going to be a home game. I think they're close, but I don't think they're close enough. I think Josh Allen is going to will that team to victory. Now, I'm not a Josh Allen fan at all. I don't like his persona. I don't like his whole Superman. He's Superman, whatever. We've already had Superman, and he can't pay for his 6 kids anymore. So there you go.
Goodness.
But what I'm saying is that Josh Allen is going to help them win the football game. So give me the Bills against the Broncos. So that's who I'm going with. All right, so let's look at the other one. 7 o'clock, 49ers at Seattle. The 49ers, let's preface this. The 49ers has made people a believer. They've been hamstrung all year with injuries. Their defense is just absolutely decimated with injuries. I mean, you've got Bosa not there, Warner's not there, and I think they even have another defensive back or a safety that's not there this week because of last week's injury. And then you've got just George Kittle. You know, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? I don't think so. I think he's done. So, I mean, they're just decimated. And the 49ers, can you trust in Brock Purdy? Now, on the flip side of it, Sam Darnold is injured. He's got an oblique injury. He has been practicing, but not a lot. He got hurt Thursday at practice with an oblique strain or an oblique injury. So that's not good. And it's going to be cold. Seattle's going to be, you know, they're the home of the 12th man in the NFL. I mean, so it's going to be loud. It's going to be rowdy. It's 7 o'clock in Seattle at night. You know, they're going to be pumped up, ready to go. What say you, my friend?
The 49ers injuries worry me, and I think Seattle's going to end up winning this. And, you know, this used to be a rivalry back, 10, 11 years ago when Harbaugh was coaching against Carroll. And the 49ers made a Super Bowl, right? Mm-hmm. Kaepernick lost in the blackout against the Ravens. Yep. And then the Seahawks.
Because people in Louisiana can't pay the power bill.
Yeah. Lights go out. And then the Seahawks made 2 Super Bowls back then. You know, won one, and then they lost one because they didn't give it to Marshawn Lynch. Yeah. So they should have won 2. I'm going with Seahawks on this one, and I do like the storied rivalry. And I mean, Seahawks has only been in the NFC for 26 years or something like that when they made them switch over. Yeah. And I really like the Seahawks on this one.
They used to always have to play the Broncos and the Raiders.
Yes, and the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where they were. Yeah, I remember back in the day, John L. Williams, Dave Craig.
Yeah, and they were perpetually last place more than anybody in that division. They were really, really not doing well.
Largent. Yeah, I remember them.
Was Warren Moon?
No.
He was the Oilers.
That was late. He did play with them late.
Yeah, that's right.
But when you look at this, I mean, I think we can agree that the Seahawks, they're going to be too tough on defense. They're going to be too tough on offense. I think they'll be able to run the football.
So is this the biggest?
I think they're going to do it.
For as far as winning their division, you see all the home teams, right? They all won their division. Are the Seahawks the biggest surprise to win their division, in your opinion?
Yes. Not out of those groups, no.
So you're saying the Patriots are a bigger surprise, or the Broncos are a bigger surprise, or the Bears could be a bigger surprise? All 4 teams are a big surprise as far as winning their division.
I mean, to me, I never thought Mike Vrabel was going to make the Patriots turn that good that quick.
1 year.
And the Broncos, you kind of saw them last year kind of trending that way. You kind of saw what Sean Payton was doing with that team. And so I'm not surprised about the Broncos as much as you were. I'm not. I wasn't surprised. Vrabel being able to turn them around, but I will have to say, to me, the biggest turnaround was the Bears. I did not think Caleb Williams was going to be able to get under control. I just thought Ben Johnson was just going to be another one of those offensive coordinators that did really good somewhere, come over and couldn't control the quarterback. They were going to have their button heads, and they wasn't going to be able to do good, and eventually one of them was going to have to go, whichever one that would have been. But surprisingly to me, the Bears are the biggest surprise in this whole thing for me.
Not for me, because I've seen the Bears as building for about 5 years now, and seeing all these players, and every year the Bears are like, oh, we're going to go to the playoffs, we're going to go to the playoffs. Yeah. And I have to hear it year after year after year. And then it just felt like there was a point where they kept on building up to where I I didn't know that they were going to win the division, but it's not as big a surprise as the Seahawks or the Broncos for me.
It's definitely a big surprise for me. That's really that one. I mean, we can definitely say, though, that the 49ers, they're just depleted. And, I mean, the Seahawks, the one thing about them, the Seahawks, they know how to play run defense. Mm-hmm. So Christian McCaffrey is not going to be able to run the football on them. Now,
he's injured too.
Yeah, they'll be able to throw the ball to him, and he'll play through his injury. He's tough.
Yeah.
He's a tough joker.
Nails.
But I'm just telling you, the Seahawks are going to be able to stop. So it's probably going to be the end of the road. I don't have a lot of trust in Brock Purdy. I've just never been a Brock Purdy fan. I get it, but and they keep surprising everybody. They keep winning football games with this secondary roster. I mean, even the games that they were winning with Mac Jones as quarterback, they were still depleted, and him being a backup, I know he had a lot of starts with the Patriots, but I'm just saying it's just crazy how that's worked out.
What's it going to take for you to believe in Brock Purdy? A win this week or a win this week and next week?
A win this week, I will be a lot, because if they win, who would they play?
Rams.
They would play the Rams or the Bears. To me, the 49ers are the team that, to me, just
no chance.
I don't see them having any chance to go any further. So if that happens, then I'm going to be a big believer in Kyle Shanahan, Brock Purdy, and Christian McCaffrey.
So the storyline, I like the 49ers storyline.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to win. I'm picking the Seahawks.
Yeah. What do you think the score's going to be?
I'm going to go with another time with I'm actually going to say the Seahawks are going to score more points. They're going to score 27 and 49ers 20.
Wow.
You're a 7-point win.
Yeah. See, I think I'll go Seahawks. I'll say 28-13. I don't think they're going to be able to score.
Okay.
So I just don't believe they're going to be able to do much. But you know what? We're so thankful for our sponsors here, and AutoNation Ford in Panama City. They are in right now doing a sales event. You need to go see them. They've got used, they've got new, they've got everything. So you need to go 730 West 15th Street, right there by the railroad tracks. They've got 2 locations. Those vehicles are needing to be sold. They're pricing them out this weekend. There's a Martin Luther King Jr. special going on right now at AutoNation Ford in Panama City. Go see those guys this weekend, and they'll get you fixed up. Also, don't forget, Brandon and those great body men at Recommended Collision Center. You want everything. You want your vehicle to look like it's supposed to look like, and it's been messed up, whether it's because of a wreck, maybe it's because maybe you ran into something, maybe you hit something, maybe your wife hit something. Get the vehicle fixed with the professionals. Recommended Collision Center on Jinx Avenue. They'll get you straightened up. They'll get everything done, even those pesky dents that just won't seem like get out of there, maybe from the hail damage that we've had. So either way, go see those guys as well. But either way, and also don't forget our microphone sponsor of the week, Humbert Diesel and Auto Repair. Actually, Ty Humbert, the owner, will be joining us at the 5 o'clock hour to come in and be a part of it. He's a big Michigan fan. We got to really see what's going on with Kyle Whittingham for that later on. So either way, we appreciate that. But when we come back, we're going to give the rest of the picks for this weekend's NFL playoff games. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Reach out and smack someone. Call or text now. 850-215-6290. The Red 17 Studio Line.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents the College Football National Championship. The Indiana Hoosiers versus your Miami Hurricanes. Listen live in ultra-high fidelity. 6, rolling. Coverage starts Monday at 6. Kickoff at 6:30. Right here on your home for college football on the Gulf Coast. 75 yards. Wow. ESPN Northwest Florida.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
When it comes to backyard dreams, trust the name that's been making waves for over 65 years. Cox Pools. Serving the entire Florida Panhandle, Cox Pools brings experience, innovation, and quality to every custom pool design. From luxurious spas to resort-style pools, no vision is too big. Make your backyard the place to be with Cox Pools. Cox Pools, 65 years strong and still making a splash. Visit coxpools.com or call 850-235-7957.
The Gator Boys are back.
Florida will cut down the nets. Winners of the national championship.
And ready to defend their national title.
To the rack. Layup good and wide. Up to the rim. Alley-oop dunk. Smashed down by Condon. Oh, yes, sir. Gets the foul line extended. Rises for three. Bang, he got it. To the rack. Dunks it with two hands.
On your home for Florida basketball.
Catch select Florida Gator basketball games on 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
The Sports Blitz on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, where the listeners call the plays.
What do you like about this guy? He's all flash. He knows the substance. And if there's a better opportunity, he's going to jump for it.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, your place for all things sports related right here in the Panhandle. You want to be a part of the show? No problem. All you got to do is call in or text in on the Red 7T's phone line, 850-215-6290. Don't forget tomorrow at 3:30, the Bills at the Broncos, and then the nightcap, 49ers at the Seahawks. We've been discussing it. I'm just curious to see how it's going to go. You know, at the top of the hour, we will start our guessing of the national championship game. Now, new rules for this game. We're going to take the calls and the text on the Red 7T's phone line. If you get the score correct, you win a $25 gift certificate to the Lone Star Boil House, and as well as a group of 4 to have Jersey Mike subs, drinks, and chips. So 4 people, so you'll win that as well. So 4-pack of as well. So there we go. We're going to start that at the top of the hour. I think that one's like $50. And then, because that's 4 subs, 4 drinks, and 4 chips. And then you got the Boil House. So that's a nice little gift pack. If you can by chance, guess the final score of the Indiana-Miami national championship game on Monday night. But we are going to do that starting at the 5 o'clock hour. So just a little program note there as well.
Now, Mike's saying 37 points for Miami.
Woo.
They're going to have to either have a safety or a missed extra point, because I guarantee you they're not going to kick 3 field goals and have 4 touchdowns. That's 7 scores. They're not going to do that on offense, not against Indiana's defense.
Unless, well, you got to think.
Pick 6?
They could get a pick 6. They could get 2 pick 6s. They could get a scoop and a score.
Wow.
Man, I'll tell you what.
Man, you're really getting...
Has there ever been a national championship game where there's been a 14 points scored by the defense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
Does it happen every 12 years, possibly, maybe?
I don't know. It
That's
could.
about it.
Yeah,
you know?
it could.
But it doesn't happen every year.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Did you pick the game where Trevor Lawrence and then beat Alabama like they did? Did you pick that game?
I have a story about that one. I was a restaurant manager, and there was a fellow restaurant manager at a different location, and he was a huge Alabama fan, grew up in Alabama. And I said, hey, man, what you doing for the national championship? You know, you can go out to a bar and watch it together and all that. And so I went out to the bar. You know, it was a little early and all that. And I texted them. I said, hey, man, I'm over at the bar. You coming over? Oh, no, you know what? I think I'm just going to watch it at home with my girlfriend and all that. And I was like, I'm out here all alone, you know, just watching on the TV and all that. And then it just started happening, man. And it was like just watching something fall apart. And I was kind of like, well, Alabama's going to come back on this one. They're going to come back. Wait a minute. Why did they not come back? Second quarter, it just collapsed.
Yeah.
And I was in shock, and I was messaging back with him and everything. I was like, oh, my God, I know he'd be like knocking chairs over, throwing stuff and all that, because he had a temper.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm glad he didn't meet me out at the bar.
Yeah, you'd have to talk him off the ledge.
Oh, I'm telling you.
For sure.
For sure. I mean, he was a huge Bama. It was nothing but Bama for him.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you that. That's why I say you never know. We didn't pick last week's game to go like it did, and here we are. So it would not surprise me. This college football season, if you've been following the show, if you've been listening here or anywhere, realistically, this has been the craziest football season with all of the transfers, with all of the stuff, having Indiana playing lights out football for the whole year, and then have a number 10 having the opportunity to go against a number 1. This is the season of craziness, setting the new precedents with coaching, with Lane Kiffin, all the stuff going on with him. You know, how does that feel to you? We haven't said Lane Kiffin's name. This is the first time we've said Lane Kiffin's name in the last 2 weeks. How does that make you feel? He's your coach. Yeah. You don't ever bring him up.
Did you hear what I think I sent it to you today. That Ty Simpson's the Lane Kiffin of players because of his allegiance and then him playing like different schools and all that. Wasn't the portal supposed to end?
It was.
Today?
It does.
Or today, right?
Yeah. 16.
So is it like midnight tonight?
Yeah.
Is Ty Simpson waiting for 11:59?
I don't know, but it's over. It's over except for the teams that made the playoffs. They got 5 extra days further.
Yeah,
so everybody gets 5 more days after their last game. So that's how it works. So either way,
he's burning midnight oil on.
Now let me just say this, because I did see something before we came on about Lane Kiffin. So because the portal is still open, and the way it works is like you can commit, but if you don't sign, that team still doesn't necessarily have you. But if you sign, then they have to release you. That's the rule. But let's say this. Lane Kiffin today shared some pictures of Kejuan Lacey's high school on his Twitter.
Okay.
Kejuan Lacey has signed or has committed, I'm not sure if he's signed or committed, which one, to Ole Miss.
Oh, okay.
And so they're saying that there's a possibility tonight, because Lane Kiffin hinted with a picture.
Such a troll.
With a picture, and you love it.
It's funny. It's funny. Levi's is having fun.
Okay, but let's just open up the whole Sports Blitz and let people know what really goes on here on the inside. This is the inside look of the Sports Blitz. How many days, whenever we started this whole Lane Kiffin thing, before you knew he was going to LSU, how many days would you text me before the show saying, let's please don't talk about Lane Kiffin today? How many times?
So old, and it was the same stuff, and it was like, oh, we have new information. No, you don't. And it was like, ooh, another week. And I don't like people losing their job,
I know, we know.
And I've seen people be incompetent. I'm like, they need to lose their job. But I mean, in September, they were talking about fire Billy Napier. And I was like, man, that's your guy. Yeah. Don't give up on him yet,
Right. But I'm just saying, that was just, I know we went down the rabbit hole of college football, but let's get back to this.
Okay.
So we got the Texans at the Patriots. Now, the Texans' defense was fantastic. They had Aaron Rodgers on his back foot throwing, and he could not throw the football to anybody. They couldn't run the football, and those ends, Smith and Will Anderson Jr., they are just phenomenal. The linebacker play is great. Their defensive back's great. DeMarco Ryans does a wonderful job with that defense. He is an upcoming coach for sure. Got his team in the playoffs as well as C.J. Stroud playing really not very good. And then, like you said, Nico Collins being out with a concussion, that's going to be a big deal. And then also, if you look at it, like we talked about before the break, the running game for the Texans just is not good. And and then when you look at C.J. Stroud as well, he's not an elusive quarterback. He's definitely a pocket passer. He doesn't move in the pocket very well, but he's got a great arm. But he's just struggling this year to me. He had 4 turnovers in the last game in the playoffs, and they still won because of that defense. So give me what you think.
So Woody Marks is the running back for the Texans. Only 703 yards on the year. Not great. Nico Collins being out. I don't think that the Texans are going to score 20 points. I think they're going to end up with 13. That's really kind of lackluster for the playoffs. Their defense is dominant. I really like it. I think that the Patriots are going to put up 20. So 20-13 in a low-scoring match. Take the under on that one.
And the reason is because you trust Mike Vrabel's being able to get them ready to play. You think they can score more points on the offensive side of the ball, even though that defense is going to have Drake May's. I mean, they're going to have that. They're going to have Drake May running for his life. Can he get out of the pocket? Can he get the ball out quick? Will they have plays where the ball's coming out of his hand quick? Because those guys can rush the passer.
So these are young guys that listen to him, because Henderson is a running back, right, from Ohio State, and then you have Drake May. They listen to him, and that's the advantage for Vrabel to just go in there and just do what he's done. Henderson's got to have 75 yards at least. If he doesn't get 75 yards, the Patriots going to be in trouble. If he goes down with an injury, they're really in trouble. Yeah. And this could be a closer game than just that 20-13, I think. I think it's going to be more scoring than 20-13? These are both great defenses.
I don't think so. And the reason why I don't think so is because I do believe that this weather, I know they play in it all the time. I just think it's going to be a problem. The weather is going to be a problem. You're going to have drop passes. You're going to have fumbles. You're going to have the rigmarole of that. So it's definitely going to shift towards the defensive side of the ball more. And so I don't see a lot of scoring. I don't see a lot of field goals because I think the wind's going to be blowing. It's getting ready to get really cold. If it's going to be a possibility of snowing down here, then if you think about the East Coast up there with the Patriots and the Bears, it's going to be tough. So realistically, I think that the Patriots will get it done at home, but I think because they're going to be able to I think Drake May can get outside of the pocket. I know they're going to rush, with their ears pinned back and go. And I love Will Anderson Jr. I mean, former Alabama player. Yeah. He's got the motor. I mean, he goes. But I'm just telling you, I think the way Drake May has played this year I just think he's going to be able to produce. And so with that being said, give me the Patriots. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be like something like 17-7. I don't think that the Texans are going to be able to score very often. I think it's going to be something, maybe a fumble, a turnover, and they'll have a short field, and then they'll be able to get in or something like that. But outside of that, I don't see C.J. Stroud playing very good. I know he come from Ohio State. I know he's played in cold weather before, but I just don't see C.J. Stroud being able to come in and play really good in this playoff game because he hasn't done that so far.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's how I feel about that. Let's look at the Rams and the Bears. I know we don't have much more time, a lot of time left, but you've already kind of tipped your hat. You think the Rams are going to beat the Bears at Soldier Field with the temperature being in the single digits and the wind chill factor being below 0?
Yes.
No problems.
No problems. 27 points for the Rams.
Wow. I just think that you can throw all of the stuff out the door with the fact of the Rams being so good offensively. So give me the Bears. I think the Bears are going to upset the Rams because of the cold weather, because of the way it's been working. I think the Bears have finally found a coach they can trust in. They're coming back to the days of putting Ditka back in office. I think Ben Johnson's going to be that guy. They love him. He's crazy. He's wild. He's got Caleb Williams working. I think Caleb Williams stretches the field. I think he's able to get outside of the pocket and make some plays to beat the Rams. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I don't think he's going to score a whole lot.
I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I do think that they're going to have the edge. I think the Bears, it's going to be loud. And if you remember, they're playing a team from California.
Small stadium.
We'll see. Either way, we're done for this hour. When we come back, we're going to be taking your calls for your predictions for the scores so you can win some gift cards to local restaurants. You listen to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
The Red 70s studio line is now open. 850-215-6290. ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show. Did they benefit from this with Lane Kiffin leaving? He doesn't want us. They kind of rallied around this. And I know it sounds strange that the guy who recruited all these players, built this team, got you in this position. Were you better because Lane Kiffin wasn't your coach last night?
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Friday's weather. Tonight there will be a gentle breeze out of the south, a variety of sprinkles and some clouds, and 57. A mixture of light rain and some clouds tomorrow morning, about the same at 64. In the afternoon and evening, lightly sprinkling and a high of 65. Much colder at 48 Sunday, and we'll have sprinkles. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
We're proud to bring you the most popular cars in the world, like the stylish Camry and the sporty Corolla. 0.99% APR on a new Camry. And your best new model by Kelly Blue Book. Plus, you get 90 days until you make your first payment. Curb appeal comes standard on the new Corolla. Designed to wow from the inside out. Get 2.99% APR plus 90 days until your first payment. Panama City Toyota, your Camry and Corolla headquarters.
Offer ends February 2nd. Visit PanamaCityToyota.com for details.
Every love story deserves a perfect beginning. At Tracy's Fine Jewelry, we believe that your engagement ring should be as unique as your love. Explore our vast selection of certified natural and lab-created diamonds, each hand-picked for brilliance and beauty. Whether you desire the timeless allure of one of our hand-selected engagement rings, or you'd like to custom design the perfect ring, visit us today and let our experts guide you in finding the ring of her dreams, because love deserves the best. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, where love sparkles.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. John. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
When they faced a top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go IU and
Coverage starts Monday at 6 on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Some people say our opinions are toxic. We say they're just a little terminal. The Sports Blitz.
This malpractice committee has received a few complaints against you.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's 5 o'clock and it's Friday, and we're pumped up right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, your place for all things sports related. Don't forget, you can be a part of the show today, 850-215-6290, the Red 70s phone line, your place for custom apparel right here in the Panhandle. Don't forget, tomorrow, Bills at Broncos at 3:30, 49ers at Seahawks at 7. And we're pumped up about it. Don't forget, right now, you can start calling in and giving us your score prediction for your opportunity to win the $25 Boyle House gift card, as well as Jersey Mike's gift card for 4. Go ahead and burn the phone lines up. You can text as well on the Red 70s phone line. As always on a Friday, got Jeffrey in the house. We call him Big Ten Jeffrey this week because of how much he's talked about it. But now we really do have a Big Ten fan in the building. We got Ty with us of Humbert Diesel and Repair. Ty, how you doing today?
Pretty good. How's it going?
We're doing fantastic. And as well as not a Big Ten fan, AJ, the Florida fan, is in the building. AJ, how you doing today?
That's right. I'm doing good. My Jags let me down, but we'll be all right.
Man, wasn't that just a kick in the stomach? I just felt like it was the year for Trevor Lawrence, Sunshine and the boys. We've been following them all year. They really had a great year, and then just came up right there at the end. And unfortunately, Sunshine just threw that pick, and that was it.
Yeah, that's I was talking to some Bills fans out there, and they're like, "What do you think the game's going to be?" And I was like, "Oh, I just wish we were playing anyone but Josh Allen."
Yeah, I know. And that's why. And Jeffrey thinks that the Broncos are actually going to beat Josh Allen and those Bills this weekend. I don't personally, but what do you guys think?
Man, I think that's going to be a tough one, but again, I think just Josh Allen, I think he knows he's got to make something happen this year, but that Broncos defense can get after it. And if I look back at that Jags game, it just seemed like they couldn't get home.
Yeah.
So if they can get after them, I think they got a good chance.
I think the Bills are going to take them. What do you think?
I will go with the Bills. I mean, I don't watch NFL really, unfortunately. I'm just a college football and a hockey guy, so my opinion means nothing. But
well, Michigan's a hockey school.
We are a basketball school too.
Shots fired. Here we go. I do have some breaking news. Thank you so much for the breaking news. But Darian Mensah has committed to Miami.
That was quick. So, I mean, because he declared and then he went.
Yep.
It was like that.
Yep. So Miami got their guy. Now the question is did they get him for $6.5 million?
No, he did not.
Like they were going to do with Ty Simpson. That's the question. No. I want to know some figures here because we definitely have to see that. So I'm just crazy about that.
So a linebacker for Vandy did not get his extension for another year, but the safety for Michigan, Moore did.
Rob Moore.
I saw that.
Wow.
But Rod Moore's been out 2 years also with injury.
Yeah.
Alleged injury.
And then who else? Somebody else.
Chambliss didn't get his.
Mateer has announced he will be returning to Oklahoma.
Yeah, so how does that affect the SEC? Because now you're going to have Lenore Sellers. He's coming back. You got Arch Manning coming back. So it's kind of like getting us back to where we were at the beginning of last year. Now you've seen these guys a little bit. You've seen what Arch can do. Now the expectation is going to go up. You saw that Lenore Sellers was high expecting, but then whenever he got in the games, he didn't do very good after the concussion at Missouri. That was when his game just fell off the table, and so did South Carolina. But when you look at it, now you're going to have all of these new quarterbacks in the SEC with a little bit of something to prove. And then this quarterback class definitely right now seems a lot stronger than the year that's happening right now.
Is Gunnar Stockton back for Georgia?
No, he's gone.
Okay. He's 40.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like and Bone Crusher, he's a big Georgia fan, but I feel like that, mine and Gunnar Stockton's hairline is about the same, and we're about 20 years difference.
Yeah, his might be worse, honestly.
So either way, I think the SEC it's going to be really interesting to see. So let me ask you this, Ty. So we haven't talked a lot about Michigan since Whittingham took over. And I just want to get your opinion about it. How do you think he did with the portal? How do you think he did with keeping the kids there that they wanted to? I mean, because the big deal was making sure that Underwood stayed. I just saw where the running back Justice Hayes just left and went to Georgia Tech.
That's okay.
So, I mean, yeah, kind of give us a rundown on what you think about it.
I think last time we were here, it was undecided, right? It was Dillingham was the big talk then. And I think for the most part, Whittingham kind of came almost out of nowhere for the mainstream. Like there were talks, I had read things, and I'm like, that guy's retiring. He's older, he's not coming. Then we got him, obviously. Then everyone moves instantly to the next thing. Who do we keep and who do we get? You have the big ones right off the bat. You want Underwood, you want Justice Haynes. The offensive line, you would like to keep Sprague, Garnara. You want the big guys up front. It was shaky for a while, I think. And now I think it's everyone, though, because you have the problem where now the players that are already on the team that are freshmen or sophomores are going in the portal just to get more money from the team they're at. And now we're getting announcements for people who are returning, like I'm staying at Michigan, and we get graphics on Twitter and, all this. Like what I wanted Justice Haynes, which wasn't top of the list. I wanted Underwood. And now a lot more is developed, too, because the recruiting and all the portal transfers and the retention was really good. I think personally very good considering where we were as a program for 5 years, not just what just happened, but back to Harbaugh with the sign stealing and all that, like considering all that we've been through, what he retained initially was pretty good. Then we saw people entering the portal and all that, and I'm kind of like, okay, now maybe it's going to hit us. Like we're going to lose a bunch of people. A bunch of them went in the portal. Pretty much everyone has almost been retained that was already there. Rod Moore's coming back. Haynes leaving to me isn't a big deal because I think if you break that down, he wanted allegedly what I heard was like $2.1 million.
Oh, wow.
Which he was probably a front runner for the Heisman if he doesn't get hurt last year. He was arguably the best running back in the country last year. He led the Big Ten in yards and he'd already been out for 3 games and he still was in the lead of rushing yards in the Big Ten after being out 3 games. But you also have Jordan Marshall, who obviously stepped right in. There was already a 1-2 punch when Haynes was there. Marshall stepped up, ran the ball just as good. Then you bring in Savion Highter, who's the #1 running back recruit in the 2026 class. Then you have transfer players that you want to bring in. We brought in, I can't even remember the kid's name, but there's 3 players already. Marshall, Highter's the #1 recruit, and you have another player we brought from the portal. So then you're like, do I really pay $2.1 million to Justice Haynes? Like, we already have a solid running back room. We retained Alford, our running back coach, which is probably a lot of the reason we kept Marshall and kept the recruit and all that. But it's like, I don't think any running back is worth $2.1 million.
No, and that's the thing. Like
we talked about this before.
You looked at Jordan, Jaden Ball being at his number, and everybody knew that that's what he was doing. And then you have the other guys that were, going into the portal to see whether or not they were going to be valued, and that's the thing. And when you look at it, does it make you wonder that the college game is following the NFL game, that the 1-2 punch now is a big deal?
It is for sure.
It's not anymore a single back that's going to be drawing the big money. I know that we've seen Jordan Love being high on the first-round draft pick boards, but Jeremiah Love. So I still don't think he's going to be a very high pick. It could surprise me. It could surprise me, but
I think he was the top for the Heisman board for me. But
I just don't see it being valued anymore. So if they're not valuing it anymore, then we're seeing it as well with Jaden Ball. So how do you think Florida did, John Summerall? Are you happy? So we got Michigan with a new coach, Florida with a new coach, LSU with a new coach, Alabama. I think we wish we had a new coach.
No, not to cut you off or move on, but I think, honestly, I've told him this, and a lot of Michigan fans wanted Kalen DeBoer. I was one of them that I said he's good. He's at the top of the list for sure. But now looking back in retrospect, I'm so glad y'all beat Oklahoma, because I think if you lose to Oklahoma, they run him out and we might end up with him.
Yeah,
I think I'll take Whittingham now after seeing the portal and who we've kept and who we've gotten. I'm perfectly happy. We had like 5 defensive players today announced. They're coming back. D-line. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm all set.
No,
he's good.
And I get it. But how do you think Summerall did it? Because, I mean, we're in the talks, just so you know, that we're going to get him on the show and soon, hopefully. But how do you think he did with keeping the people that we had talked about? Dallas Wilson, Jaden Ball, those guys. How do you feel like he did?
Man, I think he did a phenomenal job. Especially Jaden Woods was one that I think people are kind of like, oh, go to the portal, we can move past that, getting him back. I have some concerns with the D-line. Some of the interior guys, losing Burrow. We got the 2 boys from Baylor, and we got the Jackson State guy that came in.
Yeah.
We're building depth there. I think they're really banking on Philo being the guy. But I don't think we overpaid like some of these other schools paying $6.5 million or whatever they're talking for these other quarterbacks. But the fact that I think Florida fans were like, there's the big 5, right? Like Dallas Wilson, Jaden Ball was massive. You want to see a fan base go crazy? I think if we would have lost him, it could have made things a little rocky. But
for sure,
you pull that off, and then you hear a couple interviews of him talking about on that Christmas Eve visit with Jaden Ball, he took the whole family. So with his kids, his wife, everyone, like that just tells you. I think he's got his mind in the right place to get people back.
Let me ask you this, because you brought it up, Philo. It is Philo, right? It's not Philo, right?
I've heard Philo, so I don't know if that's right or not. But.
So we'll go Philo. If it's wrong, then he'll have to call and correct it, right? So we'll get him on the show. But so what about, is it Trammell Jones?
Yeah, Trammell Jones.
Trammell Jones. I mean, are we just totally disregarding that this kid, because he was a 5-star, right? And he's very athletic. And obviously, in Jeff, he's a big smack talker whenever you play against somebody bad. So Trammell Jones come in against Long Island University.
The Sharks.
So he came in and he looked really good.
He balled out.
He looked really good. He looked really good. Yeah. The dude's athletic. The dude can throw. He's long. He's athletic. And I mean, is there a quarterback controversy, or is it just his job to lose?
Oh, I guarantee you there's competition. This is going to be a battle. The one reason why I think people point to Philo is because he's coming from Buster Faulkner's system.
Right.
So he already has he's ahead of the curve when it comes to the terminology, understanding what the expectations are, right? And so Trammell's going to have to catch up on that. Now, if he can do that swiftly and really push the needle there, I think there's going to be some serious competition, because you guys are spot on. I mean, look what he did in the Kentucky game, and he came into a situation where down multiple scores against an SEC opponent. They know he's dropping back and throwing, and I thought he did an exceptional job with that situation. So I wouldn't count him out, but I think that's why everyone just keeps going to Philo, is just because the relationship with Buster Faulkner and our new OC.
Do you think he's going to have the same type of style, though? Because Haynes King ran the ball. I mean, he was a runner. I mean, and is Philo that kind of guy, or is it just that they play to the strengths of Haynes King? Because, I mean, if you're not, 6'4", 250 pounds in the SEC, you're not going to be able to run the football like that.
No, I think absolutely great question. One of the biggest things everyone's talking about is, how Buster Faulkner was actually under Mike Leach in the air raid. Okay. And he adapts. So I think that's why everyone's he's going to look at the personnel and say, okay, this is what we can do really well. And I'm pretty confident he's going to put them in the best situation to be successful, because he doesn't have to run, bank on a quarterback running the ball, etc. That's what they did with Haynes King, but I think that was he wasn't the most accurate passer, right?
Right.
So I think he built that offense based
Although
on
he did hit the crossbar when game day was there. He did hit the crossbar, so I don't know how accurate he is.
I stand down.
He hit the crossbar, so that happened. So we'll see how that works out. So let's all talk about it. You guys haven't been here talking about the Indiana-Miami game. Jeffrey believes that Indiana is going to absolutely crush Miami still, right?
20 points.
And which is a lot. And then so also Jeffrey also believes that that the Panhandle has a better chance of seeing snow than Indiana has in losing this game. So, Ty, what do you think? I mean, do you think Miami's just going to not be able to handle the don't let your Big Ten bias come out.
I mean, it will. But I've been on Indiana since last year. I mean, they were this good last year. They were right there. They had a chance. Unfortunately, they weren't there, really. But they're there this year. I think Cignetti has that team fired up. And if you want to, especially not to get long-winded, but I think in today's day and age, you have to look at who's playing for Indiana. Those kids playing are all JMU transfers. 23. Mind you, they're old.
They're old.
We can do this, too, that they're old. But those are James Madison players. This is coaching. And we talked about this the other day, that I think the day and age of bragging about how many 5-stars you've signed in the portal or committed is going away. Because it's not going to matter soon enough. You have so many players riding benches other places who are really good and never get seen. But the portal is exposing those players now and giving them a chance to go somewhere and be a starter and be seen. Look at these kids from James Madison. They were probably nobodies.
Now they're 23 years old. Let's not call them kids. Okay. They're not kids anymore.
Okay, these young men. But they were arguably nobodies at James Madison, and now they're being put on a national stage. But they're good players, and I think that goes to show that all the stars and everything don't, and not to be a Michigan homer, but we won a national championship with almost no 5 stars. Those were 3 stars as recruits, and it's coming around even more now. But yeah, to get back to the original point, I think I think it's 13.5 points minimum. Indiana beats Miami. I don't think Miami can hang with the tough. That if they played a game they played against Ohio State and Alabama, nobody's touching. That's the best team in the country. That game against Alabama was a complete shutdown on all facets of the game. They played it perfectly.
Yeah.
And you have a psychopath of a head coach. He's up 1 billion points. He can't crack a smile. He's like, I'm not happy ever till it's over. Like, what more do you want?
I think y'all need to go to Virginia. And I think you need to understand what JMU is. It's a big school with a big enrollment. The bubble, I lived in for almost a year and a half up in Northern Virginia by D.C. Now, it's not football country completely, okay? And there's a lot of money up there, so guess what those kids aren't? They aren't hungry. Mm-hmm. But they do produce a good amount of football talent. And if you go to the East Coast where Norfolk and Hampton Roads is and everything, that's where the talent comes from in Virginia for football. And JMU they have a large following. I was wearing an LSU hat up there, and the guy pointed at it and didn't read it. And he said, "Oh, JMU." And I was like, it's an LSU hat because it's purple and gold, you know?
Purple and gold.
And the following up there is huge. You have to understand, they won a national championship at the lower level. They went up, and Appalachian State was second fiddle. JMU just pushed them to the side and said, we're going to dominate this conference.
And they did.
And it hasn't just been since Signetti's been there. It was before that, because he was down at Elon coaching before when JMU took over. And Lafayette, Troy, South Alabama, all these guys has dropped off. Coastal Carolina, forget about them. JMU cannot be laughed at. And I know they're in a smaller conference. I know they play that weak schedule. And actually today, Virginia Tech has announced that they are dropping the JMU game.
We saw it.
Yeah, next year, because Virginia Tech's being forced into a 9-game conference schedule in the ACC. So who are they going to drop? The guy who's right up there in Harrisonburg.
The scariest one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's the upset that could take
James
the win.
Franklin isn't stupid. He might not be able to win big games.
I would have left on there. They got Billy Napier.
Because you know who Tech lost to this past year?
JMU.
Old Dominion, who's also in the same state, coming from the Sun Belt Conference, and they can't have that happen 2 years in a row. It's going to kill their recruiting.
I mean, and now we got Sunbelt Jeff in the house.
Sunbelt Jeff.
Who put up the most points against Oregon this year?
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, I heard that argument a lot. That because I'm one of these. I'm over the group of 5 automatic in. I want the best 12 teams in the playoff. I don't want to watch blowouts. That Saturday of the first round to me was a worthless weekend of football.
They scored 21 in the third quarter.
Yeah, they put up the most against Oregon, I think, of any team this year.
No, Indiana scored 56.
Okay.
So now they've been eclipsed.
So Indiana.
But outside of them.
Yeah.
But AJ, so what do you think about this Indiana-Miami game? Are you going to follow suit with these guys? Are you going to let their opinions push you into a corner?
He's really torn, though.
No, I was telling Ty, I said, I know where everyone's head's going to be at, so I'm going to come in here and be the difference maker. I'm going to take Miami.
Well, I'll tell you this. We're going to have to take a break. I want to know why when we come back. And when we come back, we're going to do that and more. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Call or text in now on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is your spot for college basketball.
And it goes in at the buzzer. Got it.
Listen to select games from the LSU Tigers, Florida Gators, the Auburn Tigers, and the biggest games around the country play here.
Three-pointer. Clutch it in. Oh, you saw that coming, Rap.
The most live college basketball in the Panhandle.
Game is over.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida and the ESPN Northwest Florida app.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Friday's weather. Tonight there will be a gentle breeze out of the south, a variety of sprinkles and some clouds, and 57. A mixture of light rain and some clouds tomorrow morning, about the same at 64. In the afternoon and evening, lightly sprinkling and a high of 65. Much colder at 48 Sunday, and we'll have sprinkles. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
The
Discover the new Kia. Stop by Bill Bird Kia today and test drive the all-new 2026 Kia, where comfort, safety, and technology come together like never before. Explore the new 2026 SUV family that moves you and drive away in a new 2026 Seltos, Sportage, or Sorento that are built to inspire every journey. Craving performance? Feel the thrill in the luxurious 2026 Kia K5 sedan, crafted for power, style, and you. And for innovation that sparks excitement, check out the 2026 all-electric Kia EV9, a modern masterpiece that's fast-charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. It's the peace of mind that you can trust. Visit us at 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or online at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. Bill Bird Kia, your local community dealer. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for details.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
But they faced a top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go IU and
Coverage starts Monday at 6 on 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Now back to the Sports Blitz on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. You can call in, you can text in on the Red 70s phone line, 850-215-6290. Your place for custom apparel right here in the Panhandle. Go check them out on Facebook or on the web. Now, I want to read a little bit from the Red 70s phone line. I'm not sure if this says tell Ty to shut up or not, but I'm pretty sure it does. It said a 25-year-old man playing against 18-year-old boys that the youth will dominate. Go Canes. And speaking of Old Dominion, they gave Indiana all they could handle.
This is a Canes fan talking about their quarterback who's how old?
He's 23. 23 years old.
What are we doing?
And the average age for Indiana is what, 23.6?
23.6. The average age for the Green Bay Packers is 25. So they're right there. They're pretty close.
It's crazy.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
So either way, AJ, let's look at it. Tell me what you think, because obviously you said right before the break that you believe that Miami possibly is going to pull off the upset. Now, that's crazy coming from a Florida fan, because now the I-9 corridor could be closed if Miami gets and wins that national championship.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Obviously, Ty and I go back and forth, SEC Big Ten, right? And then I got a rival down south in Miami, and the Natty. Do I really want them to win? But, no, I just think, look, no one can deny Indiana's playing better than anybody in the they're clicking on all cylinders right now. They're executing at the highest of levels. But, I think somewhere along the line, something's got to shift, right? And I think Miami's kind of on that run where, kind of like Ohio State last year, they got in and then just got hot and kept going. And, that Malachi Toney, I think he's just electric. And, the trenches for Miami are phenomenal, and so is Indiana's. But I just got a feeling I think Miami's going to find a way to win.
Miami's offensive line outweighs the defensive line 320 pounds to 280 pounds. So there's going to be some shifting going on. There's going to be some pushing. And the thing is that if you look at the Alabama game, you can't look at the Alabama game because they're not the same teams. The way that Alabama zone blocks is totally different than the way Miami blocks. Miami blocks a smash mouth football. They want to drive you into the secondary, whereas Alabama wants to turn you to the right, to the left, and scheme, block you with the zone coverage. But either way, when you look at it, that's where it's going to be won. If you think, for one thing that we looked at yesterday was the fact that the teams that gave Indiana their tougher games, you had Ohio State, you had Penn State, and then Iowa. Those teams were able to run the football. That was the key. So for me, if Miami can get about 150 to 165 yards of rushing against,
They're not.
They're not.
But listen,
they're not.
So let me just say this: if they can, then we're going to talk about a different team, a different game, because you're going to limit Mendoza's opportunities, and they're going to be able to prolong their drives and get past.
I think he's got two brains. You know why? Because in the other conversation, he said they have to slow the game down, so there's not as many possessions. Well, how are you going to score get 160 yards rushing if you don't? If you not slow it down. I'm sorry, speed it up to where there's less possessions.
Well, the thing
how you can do that?
350-yard runs.
You're just the thing is like when you look at how they were able to run the football in their last game against Ole Miss. Ole Miss scores quick.
Yeah.
Well, Indiana is a score quick as well, and so that's where I think it's going to be the opportunity. I think if they get in there and they get in a dogfight and have to score like that, I think that's where Miami's going to, because you know as well as I do, if you make Indiana punt the football, that's winning the battles. Well, they need to punt 3 times to 4 times in the game, and Miami needs to rush for 150 yards. That's it. If they do that, they win the football game.
I think just they got to get Indiana uncomfortable. They haven't been in the past 2 games. I mean, they come out against Oregon, pick 6, first play of the game.
You know, they've done that 4 times this year.
But they also
talking.
They went 3 and out against Alabama in the first series.
Right.
They went 3 and out, and then they changed some things, and Alabama didn't change things, and that's what happens.
And it still got 38 points on Alabama.
I know.
Now, here's the question: if Miami's going to win, how much can they hold Indiana to? Are we talking 24, 27? What are we talking here?
So, I mean, I think Miami's defense is just as good. I would think you'd have to keep them under 27. Keep them under 27.
And so Miami's got to score 30, 31.
Yeah, they're going to have to score.
So you guys
don't have to score.
What about Bain and Mesidor? Do you think they're going to get blocked?
Oh, Miami has them dudes. They're coming. I think this game is going to be a lot closer than people think. I really do.
So the only way I will agree with you, and I don't remember, Fletcher is it running back,
that's
right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yep.
Malachi Tony's got to have a coming out party.
Yep.
And that's got to be the key. There's the only way.
One.
Yeah, well, it's got to be even more.
He's got to do it again now.
He's got to do
and
it
bigger
more plus some. Yeah,
against a better team.
That's the only way they're going to put 30 points up.
True.
And see, like for me,
Carson Beck better not miss a beat either, because he can't turn into the Carson Beck we've seen before.
Yeah.
Well, he's only lost 5 games in his college career.
But he's had missed throws. Did you see some of the missed throws he had?
He was trying to throw a pick at the
Everybody's had missed throws.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go out in the parking lot, you have missed
Not me either. I never threw one, so I'm good.
But I mean, when you look at how this could happen, okay, so let me ask you all this. Let me go around the room. A quick fire answer, yes or no. Does it matter that they're playing in Miami Gardens?
No. That's not their home stadium anyways.
No.
It is, but it's not.
So
it's not a real home field advantage. It's not even their...
I understand.
Can I answer, yes or no?
Can I just tell y'all? Can I tell you something that's really funny though? This
is what I sent to you. It's hilarious. What's this?
So there's Miami fans that are putting out videos that is actually for the Indiana faithful that are coming, and they're giving them places they need to see while they're in Miami. They're sending them to the projects in the hood.
Oh, nice.
And so they're trying to push them out. I mean, just a typical Miami fan.
You probably couldn't have 2 more opposite fan bases either. Like, I saw with the Ole Miss game, there was like a picture, and it was like an Ole Miss girl, and she was like in a short skirt, the typical SEC boots, and then it was the Miami guys with the big old gold chain walking there. I don't know. I mean, I don't consider that a home game.
The boots have to be white.
I will agree. I will agree.
My daughter's in her 4th year at Ole Miss.
I will agree.
And she got there, and she's very thrifty with her money and all that. She's like, Dad,
I need some white boots.
No, I should have bought these white boots in the off season because they jack up the prices every August and September.
Comes around.
Oh yeah, and I've been to games, up there in Oxford, and I was like, oh my God, all these girls with the white boots there is everywhere. It's crazy. The dresses,
the
sundresses and all that. Yeah.
Is the Grove everything they say it is? That's on my
The Grove?
list.
No, it's not.
It's not.
What's the 2 biggest hits I had on? Number 1, well, I'm not saying everybody's Baptist there because they're not, but they're sober because I went to LSU. And, we tailgate like crazy.
They're not sober there.
They're not.
No.
They're not. guess what? They are. The Grove was sober. I mean, there was not enough people drinking there.
No, I mean, where you come from, LSU.
Oh, where I come
They're
from?
not
Oh,
sober.
yeah. We are not sober at all. I went to Ole Miss, and I was
toxic.
disappointed. Now, I saw, like, hundreds and hundreds of tents all, like, connecting and everything, and people will offer you food and everything. You just walking by or whatever. They don't know if you're an LSU fan or not. I don't know. I wasn't wearing my purple. So then, I mean, everybody's friendly, but the problem is at LSU, we all do cookouts. You're getting, like, you know, freshly cooked ribs or, you know, crawfish etouffee or anything like that.
They feed you. Every time I've been there, they feed you.
Yeah, I mean, we're really nice. You know, we get a little toxic. We'll chant at you, you know, y'all are gator chopping.
After the game, it gets
a little
crazy.
toxic.
Yeah,
After the game, it gets crazy.
Well, everybody gets crazy after the game,
Yeah.
especially if they won. And I've seen everybody after a game and all that. That's crazy. But anyway, Ole Miss. Problem is they're catering their food from like Winn-Dixie and stuff. And I'm like, come on, man.
That's not a
You know, bring your chicken tenders and your cold fries home.
So Miami isn't trying to be that nice, huh?
No, so let me just read
it's
this.
a good joke.
No, you're good, but let me just read this, you know, because we do have a lot of Miami fans that listen.
Yeah.
They believe that the crowd is going to be insane. This is 25 years coming, all right? And then they said they averaged 174 yards a game in the playoffs so far. How do you think they're not going to get at least 150?
Because they're playing number one undefeated team in the nation.
Did you see the crowd also at the last Indiana game?
Oh, my God.
I got news for you, buddy. There was 5 Oregon fans there.
Yeah. And that's the thing is
was insane.
If you don't
know
think they'll
Indiana's
travel,
coming.
they're
Indiana's coming.
Yeah.
They're going to be there. And the tickets are outrageously priced. So, you know, for me, I'm wondering just how I did not get a chance to watch the Penn State game. So I don't know. All I saw was the toe tap in the end zone. That's all I saw. But I just wonder how, if this does happen, if they do slow the ball down and if they do get a lead, if they really hit Mendoza a lot and make him go to his second, his third, his fourth read, or have everybody covered and get some coverage sacks, like, what is that going to do to their game plan? Because all we have seen in the playoffs so far is, like what you said, is total domination, and they don't change the play at the line of scrimmage. When they call the play in, that's what they're running. Mendoza does not change it. He does not have 2 plays to call. He just goes to the line of scrimmage and does exactly what he's told. And with that being said, I just wonder if they're going to dial up some different stuff. Now, obviously, you know, you got blitzes and all that, but you've got guys that are going to be coming with their ears pinned back, ready to go. We got to know that Mesidor and Bain are the 2 best defensive end rushers, bookends, in the country, and what they do with them, we all agree that is just something special. I just wonder if that can happen in the first quarter. What will we see? Will we see a crack in the armor of Mendoza that has just been getting all of the love for college football this season? Whoever wants to jump in on that one, go ahead.
I'll only say one thing, and it's on the play changing. You don't think they have that? And you don't think Mendoza has that in his arsenal, that he can change the play? He hasn't needed to do that.
You think they've called every play perfectly? Like, you know what I mean?
No,
like, I just think they got to change it once.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you don't think that he has it in his mental capacity or the coaching staff,
I think he's smart enough.
They will do it. If they need to, they will change the play, I think. That's where I stand on that subject. I think they will do what needs to be done to win the game.
So you think there is another play? We just haven't had to see it because they've been up and it's been executed the proper way.
If you tell me the number 1 overall potential draft pick next year hasn't had a second play behind him all year and has made it to a natty undefeated, I can't believe. I mean, good Lord, they're cheating. They have to be.
Don't get on those allegations.
I mean,
because people will pick up on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that. Well, I'm excited. I'm really excited. And the reason why I'm excited is because we're going to the Red 70s phone line. We got Hurricane Bobby on the line.
Hurricane
Bobby, how are you doing today, my friend? We've only got one person in here, and he's a Florida Gator that's picking the Hurricane.
It sucks to be him.
That's all right. That's all right.
Hey, man, I am so jacked up for Monday night. I've been waiting all week long. I've been hearing this. We're going to get boat race. We're going to get run out of the stadium. It's going to be over at halftime. Bro, I'm just telling you, man, don't underestimate that defensive line and that offensive line. They talking about Indiana's defense is good. Who's Indiana's defense ever played this year? Penn State,
Alabama,
Oregon.
Okay,
Ohio State.
Yeah, again, and their offense was good.
They just finished putting 56 on the board, and they had 35 at halftime. So they took the foot off the pedal. 35 points in the first half? I mean, come on. The last time y'all scored 35 in a whole game was against Pittsburgh.
What are you talking about?
The last time you scored 35 points.
So you the man that says we're going to get Bo Race, we're going to get beat by 30.
No, 20.
20.
Yeah,
It ain't going to be 20.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be 20. No, it won't. No, it won't.
In your home city.
Last time he played against Miami, he got his jaw broke by the Saints coming across the middle. You see that game?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, you might get it broke again. So, and then what's going to happen then? And that's going to happen again. They're going to roll out. They're going to roll out Medicare.
23-year-old and in the hospital.
25.
Scott.
Yeah, okay. Well, it is what it is. They're going to roll out Medicare out there. Here comes Nick Saban and Deion Sanders.
Oh, my
wheelchair. Go pick up Mendoza off the field with a spatula.
Michael Irvin better share whatever he's snorting.
Yeah, okay. Hey, I seen a video the other day. This dude was in a cowboy hat. He had a Hurricane uniform on. He had 2 suitcases in each hand. He said he was delivering Michael Irvin's.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, Bobby. Well, listen.
That was pretty. It was funny, though. It was really funny.
Well, listen, I just want to know, give me your prediction for this game.
28-24 Miami.
Do you feel like if they can run the football and give them at least amount of touches, that's what it's going to be?
All day long.
That's actually, as far as a guess on the score, with Miami winning, that's probably the most believable one I've heard so far.
28-24 Miami.
Their kicking game is not great, the Hurricanes.
Who, Miami?
Miami's kicking game is not good.
That dude can kick a 60-yard field goal.
Yeah.
He missed a 3 in the Texas A&M game in a 40-mile-an-hour wind.
Yeah.
My bad.
Well,
no, not my bad. His bad, but I mean,
that was his bad.
Yeah, okay.
Well, a cold front's coming to Miami. I don't know if you know about that. It'll get down to what, 50?
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Them Indiana boys ain't worried about 50, I promise.
Yeah, that's bad.
Okay, well, I mean, the humidity it'll be like 80.
Yeah, that's true, and they are worried about that.
Right, better get some Gatorade for your Gator fans.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, Bobby, we do appreciate it. We're bumped up against a break, man. And thanks for calling and listening. We appreciate it, and we're excited about it.
Okay.
All right, my friend. Thank you so much. When we come back, we'll discuss a little bit more, and we're going to see what these guys think about a name that's going to make AJ grimace a little bit. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
This is Touchstone service. The Red 70s studio line is open.
Demonstrate how to make a call with your dial telephone.
850-215-6290.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
The Sports Blitz.
Coach Tommy Bowden here with us. Do you think Miami has a chance? A lot of these Miami fans, though, around here are thinking that the upset is going to happen.
It's possible, but, they smoke a lot of marijuana down there.
The Sports Blitz.
Live and local, weekdays, 4 to 6.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Time to live life grand at the new Point Grand Panama City apartment home. Now leasing spacious 2-bedroom apartments at Point Grand, featuring high-end interior and modern amenities like a relaxing pool, 24-hour gym, and on-site pet spa. Pet friendly at Point Grand. No breed restrictions, no weight restrictions. Come on over and tour the brand new Point Grand and bring your buddy. 723 West 19th Street, Panama City. Pop in now. 723 West 19th Street.
Got a scratch, dent, or full-blown wreck? Bring it to Recommended Collision Center in Panama City. From small scratches to all-over paint jobs, from fender benders to major collisions, it's Recommended Collision Center. They work with all insurance companies and offer customer pay options too. A family-owned collision center that takes pride in top-quality repairs, friendly service, quick drop-offs, and a fast turnaround. So when life throws you a wreck, they'll help you get amended. Recommended Collision Center, 1329 Jinx Avenue, Panama City.
The Gator Boys are back.
Florida will cut down the nets. Winners of the national championship.
And ready to defend their national title.
To the rack. Layup good and wide. Up to the rim. Alley-oop dunk. Smashed down by Condon. Oh, yes, sir. Gets the foul line extended. Rises for three. Bang, he got it. To the rack. Dunks it with two hands.
On your home for Florida basketball.
Catch select Florida Gator basketball games on 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
The phone lines are open, the opinions are flowing, and the arguments are just getting started.
You cannot give LSU extra opportunities with just one loss. They can sneak in there. They're playing championship football.
The Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson is back, and we're putting you in the game.
He has not turned the ball over.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, your place for all things sports related here in the Panhandle. You want to be a part of the show? You can be. 850-215-6290. Don't forget this weekend we got the Bills and the Broncos, the 49ers and the Seahawks, the Texans and the Patriots, and the Rams at the Bears. Now, I will say this. We have had a lot of talk this week about Indiana and Miami, and I think we've looked at both sides of the spectrum, and I think it's going to be really big. But we can't let this day be wasted without mentioning a name that Jeffrey loves to talk about, and which, AJ, you used to love to talk about, and that is none other than DJ Lagway. Now, let me ask you this. Now, there has been rumors, and this is something I want to ask you guys real quick. What do you think about it? That is this going to be the new norm? That it was reported that DJ Lagway was offered $250,000 just to come to meet with the FSU coaching staff just to see whether or not he was going to transfer. That was actually something that we're doing. Is this good for football? Is this where we need to go? Is that we're just offering money to allow them to come and just see whether or not they're going to sign with us or not? And then the second part of that is the fact that all of these people are going and committing and then they're flipping. I don't love it. It makes me sick.
Oh, I did not see that, but that's crazy. to just come talk to me? Wow. If you got to do that, you're desperate. But, I mean, look, Lagway, what I've seen, he committed to Baylor but was still taking visits.
Yes,
like
still going.
You know, and I think I seen he might have been looking at Ole Miss too.
Yes, he was visiting like a high school senior. Like this guy was just bing bong.
Yeah, everywhere. But no, I don't love it. No, I don't.
I was hoping he was going to show up and be LSU's quarterback, but Sam Levitt stepped in, so that's the only problem. Because Jeffrey loves Lane Kiffin and DJ together, united on Jeff's team. That would have been great for television.
We got three quarterbacks in the portal. It's crazy.
I know. Yeah. How do y'all feel about what Lane Kiffin has done with getting all those players? Do you think he's going to be able to replicate what he's done at Ole Miss? Do you think we're going to immediate turnaround, or do you think it's going to be something that happens gradually?
Before you talk, you need to look at the schedule and then realize it ain't as easy as it's going to be. It's not.
I'll have the same opinion either way. I think he's a dirtbag, and I hope they win 3 games.
We keep on trying to give Michigan our coach, Brian Kelly time. Remember with Les Miles?
Yep. Thank you.
What was it? A same car, Les Miles? Yeah. Because Lloyd Carr was the coach at Michigan.
No, I think Personally, I think Lane is underachieved for what the expectation was taking on that job. I think a lot more players he thought he was going to get from LSU, Ole Miss, to go to LSU.
Yeah.
Now, the Sam Leavitt thing, some are high, some are not. I'm not super ecstatic about that guy.
He might not be back for spring game in April.
He's still hurt right now.
He's still hurt.
Yeah. So, and then I forget the other two quarterbacks.
Elon, the guy from Elon, and then the guy from USC is a backup.
Yeah, the USC guy. That's
and then Van Buren is at Kentucky Wildcats. So our quarterback behind Nussmeier, he's now at Kentucky.
So what are y'all going to do with the offensive line? Because I think that's the biggest thing he hasn't done yet.
No,
right?
reload.
Through high school.
Yeah. Yeah,
really?
we just reload. It's not that big of a concern, really. But, I mean, we're not offensive line. Michigan could be.
I'm over here
not us.
We don't care about offensive line. That must be nice.
Yeah. Well,
you know what's funny is that Michigan's always got like 4 or 5 stars at running back. But let's be honest. I can name one running back from Michigan in the history of Earth, and you probably can only name one running back from Michigan, and they've had all these 5 stars. And what do? They run a lot. I mean, he always makes a comment about J.J. McCarthy, handing off the ball all day long.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, who's their stars overall?
I think a lot of it, though, with that is because it's such a run-heavy offense that it's not like we don't have an outlier season with one guy who's so good. They all run for 1,000. Sure. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but I know for sure that I watch SEC games, and you can ask him. I'm yelling at the TV, run the ball, because I'm a Michigan fan. And then now I have to, I think probably even more next year, I'm going to have to learn that we need to pass the ball, because I wanted to this year, right? You got Underwood, all this stuff changing. We're going to go spread, Chip Lindsey, all that. It didn't happen, which now we find out we didn't even have a dedicated quarterback coach for a $12 million quarterback.
Yeah.
Complete malpractice. But now Whittingham's there. He brought Kyle Detmer, the quarterback coach, all of this. So I think this year I'm probably going to have to more than likely realize that we're going to have to spread the ball out. And it's hard, though, because you're so conflicted, because I grew up my whole life watching Smash Mouth, and all I want to yell at the TV is run the ball. I don't care if it's 3rd and 7. I want up the middle, run the ball. And maybe that's why, they're not these standout players. Like, you can name big standout running backs that come from the SEC because that's abnormal. You can name a lot of wide receivers from the SEC, too, a lot, because that's where they come from. Them and Ohio State. They put wide receivers in the league. Michigan, I guess that's just what we do, so I don't know. Maybe that's just because it's like, okay, yeah, they run the ball 1,000 yards a year or 2,000 yards a year. But, I mean, how many running backs can you probably name from Michigan that you would say are legends? There's a recent one, Blake Corum. Obviously, everyone knows who he is now.
And in the throughout the 80s and into the early 90s, New Orleans was a recruiting ground for Michigan.
Yep.
And Leroy Horde, I think he was from New Orleans, too. There was a bunch of them. There was one school in particular, though. It was like just a pipeline. There's a pipeline in Michigan. And then it kind of broke through where they started going to Nebraska and then Colorado. And then, but LSU, I don't want to say we own Louisiana, but I mean, for the vast majority, we kind of do, and it's great. It's a great football area,
Yeah. Getting back to the Indiana-Miami game, let me ask you guys this question, because we've asked everybody this week. Is the U back if they win, or is the U back just because they're there?
What are we doing? Are we back? You haven't been there in 23 years. You make it one time. This is the same as Michigan. I'm a Michigan fan, and I'll say it. We're not back because we won one undefeated. We weren't there since 97. Mm-hmm. We were definitely not back. Look what happened the next year and the year after that. They have an old team also. They spent how many millions on a quarterback? Me personally, I don't think you're back just because one year you win a natty. Now, if they make it to the playoffs like the next year, at least make it there 2 or 3 more years after they're present in the playoff, I think then you can be like, okay, we're back. Mm-hmm. But just winning one, they haven't even been there. Like, they've been nobody, and they didn't even play for a conference championship this year.
Duke won the ACC.
I mean, come on.
No, I think it's a fair point. I think they got to win it for it to be considered. But they were pretty close last year. I think 2-loss team last year. I think, and so I think the trajectory is going in the right way. But they would definitely have to win it. Just a participation trophy isn't what the U was in the 2000s.
And so the other question about it is now Indiana. Okay, so they made the playoff last year, didn't make it all the way. They're undefeated this year, Big Ten champs, making it to the college football playoff to the championship game, and if they win it, are they in the conversation now with the ones that you always name when you start the year off?
Yes.
Ohio State, Alabama, Texas, are those names?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're trending that way for sure. I don't know that you put them with Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State. Like, for me as a Big Ten fan, and everyone can agree, it's always been Michigan, it's been Ohio State, and it's been Penn State. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And when it was East and West, guess what? It was Ohio State or Michigan, because those were the only two, and maybe Penn State. And then the West lost every year in the Big Ten championship.
Penn State was perpetually third.
Yes, because they always lost to Ohio State and Michigan, which is why Franklin
Iowa was always good,
and they were always in the Big
but they always never had.
In Wisconsin. It was Iowa, Wisconsin, and then you had Purdue a few years from the West until they got rid of it, like the SEC. Now it's all one.
Right.
And now it's a little different because we have Oregon comes in the mix, but like we saw. Washington.
And USC.
But I think, to your question.
Not USC. Every chance he gets to say. Every chance to say, I've shut it down.
No.
I don't want to hear anything about USC ever on this show, honestly.
I think to your question, though, I think if Indiana wins it all this year, they have to at least be in that, like, they're not owed what Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, and those teams have earned over 20, 30 years of consistently being at the top. But you have to at least give them their recognition. You have to say, okay, Cignetti took that program from nothing. In 2 years, he's in a national championship undefeated. I personally said we'd never see another undefeated national championship after Michigan. Once it went to 12, I was like, there's no way someone will run the table again. They're going to lose at least one. This Indiana team's poised to do it. I mean, you have to give them the credit they're owed. I don't know that they're back or at the top, but you got to recognize that they're trending that way. Now, if they fall off next year and go 6-6, then they're out.
I was about to say, so we can give them 2 solid years, and now we have to consider them in there, but we can't consider Miami. But at first he answered the question, yes. So I was like, wait, where are we going with this? That's a little backwards there, but
trending.
Yeah, because you really can't say that they're back or that they are in that same because of the history. There is no history. They've had a decent team every once. I mean, you had that Penix team that was decent, and they could beat some of the teams that were the lower level teams, but when they played against the big boys, they always faltered, and that was where I was kind of going with Cignetti. And then you got to understand something. Now, this is something that you look at when you know about college football dominance, because everybody's on Cignetti's back. I mean, everybody's Cignetti. Yeah. I've never seen his face on TV, and nobody else has ever had their face on TV as much as him. They make a big deal about it. Fine, do it, whatever. But what is he going to do when they start calling for his coordinators? Because when you start winning football games, when you start winning championships, look at those look at all of the Alabama coaches that are on Saban's tree that has gone.
They were all in the playoffs. With the last 4 teams, he had a coach on every team, and he still does. One of his staff members will win a Natty this year.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Cignetti's great. I give him all the credit for what he's done, what he done at Elon, what he done at JMU, and now what he's doing at Indiana. He's done it the right way. It seems like everything's legit. I hope he doesn't have any kind of, skeletons in the closet that's going to get exposed. But when he's from the Big Ten, so you don't ever know. But when you think about it, when you look at that's where I'm wondering is okay. So if he wins it this year, then next year the same group goes out as far as his coaching, and then when do they start grabbing? When is all these people going to start throwing money? And then he's going to have to bring new people in to understand what they're doing. That's the biggest key to me for longevity, being able to replace the coaches, not always necessarily the players.
Weather the storm.
Yeah, you got to be able to do it.
I think it's a little more depthful than what you're saying. Like, they just learn from Saban and then they're brilliant. No.
Saban, he teaches them the way.
Okay. Kurt Cignetti's dad coached. You don't think he learned something from his dad? He grew up inside of it.
I didn't say he was Saban's young fellow.
No, you're making it sound like each one of these guys, the reason why they're successful is because they learned everything they could possibly learn from Saban, and then they took it somewhere else, and that's the reason why they're successful.
All of those guys said that. They all
it's more
said
than that. It's a lot more depth than that.
I see both sides.
They said it. Either way.
He doesn't hire lazy people.
I understand that. And he doesn't hire anybody from LSU. But either way, thank you for listening. We appreciate it. Don't forget, Mosley Bay tonight. We're going to be there. Let's get some basketball going. You've been listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. See you on Monday.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
The Sports Blitz.
See, I'm more of an old school mentality. I believe in tradition. I believe in loyalty to a program, to a system, to an organization. Everybody's a flash in the pan, microwave type society now and everything, and they want overnight success.
The Sports Blitz.
Live and local, weekdays, 4 to 6.
ESPN Northwest Florida.